Hi guys, welcome to Finite. This is a senior year math course. So you should be hopefully wrapping things up and hopefully you already have all the credits that you need for graduation and this is your last one. I want to take a minute really quick and just show you around our Google Classroom so you know kind of what to expect, especially if you are on a remote day. Okay, so this is your class page. You should have been added to this automatically. If you weren't, shoot me an email. We'll get you a class code. This may not be your class period. I teach 3 sections of Finite, so I just picked one of the classes, but they all look the same. So if this isn't your class period in the video, don't worry about it. It's all the same. Okay. So when you come to your class page, you're going to notice right here that there is a Google Slides agenda here. This is going to be your kind of home base for this class. You're always going to go to this slideshow so that you know what to do. So take a look at this. It's going to load. Waiting for it to load. All right, here we go. So first thing you're going to have is this title slide. Your next slide is just kind of a calendar to give you an overview of what's coming up in your class. You can see the days that we don't have class. You can see that there are quizzes and tests listed on here. This looks a little bit overwhelming because, again, I teach 3 different sections, and some of them are on red days and some are on white. So you'll notice that these 2 are the same. You won't meet both of these days. You're obviously either going to be a red day or a white day. So don't stress about the fact that they're the same thing over and over again. It's not as bad as it looks. Okay, so that's just a general calendar. I will update this every week or 2. I'm not sure I'll do it every single week, but at least every week or 2 so you can kind of see what's coming up. This slide just basically explains what this is. So basically, every time you log on here, you're always going to have this title slide and then the calendar. And then the third slide will always be your agenda for the day. It's not on this first day just because we had some extra stuff to go through. But going forward, it will always be the third one. So I'll keep the newest ones on top. Okay. With the exception of anything that you're handing in, you're going to see all of your links will be in this slide. You'll see in just a second. But all of your assignments are going to be submitted through Classroom. Okay. This slide here is about extra help. There is a link here to a Zoom meeting. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be in my room from 2 to 2:30. I will also have this link live from 2 to 2:30 that you can jump on if you have any questions or things that you'd like to go over with me. All right, so this is what your agenda slides are going to look like. It looks like it's a lot today, but it's not as bad as it looks. Okay, so over on this side, you're going to see some useful resources. This box right here is going to be pretty much the same every single day. Your attendance form, if you're remote, you need to click this link and follow this attendance form, fill it out. It's quick and easy. This is that same extra help link so that you just have that handy if you need it. Okay, this is actually not right. This should say Tuesday and Thursday, not Monday and Tuesday, so I will fix that. Sorry, Tuesday and Thursday, extra help, the same thing we had before. Here you're going to see copies of your unit note packets. There's a blank one, which your first day in class, I will give you a copy of that. If you're remote only, obviously you're going to have to print your own. And then this is the same note packet, but it's totally filled out. So if you will find that a useful resource, please take advantage of it. I do recommend that you start with a blank one and fill it in because I think that will help you learn better. But you do have that there as a resource. And then the last thing here, this is all the units you're going to be doing in this, all the worksheets, excuse me, for this unit. I've done them all out. So you have answer keys that you can look through. So again, obviously you should be doing your homework, but this is just a resource for you so that as you're going through a problem and you're getting stuck on it and you're like, oh man, I can't figure out how to do this problem, you can maybe pull up this answer key and look at it and say, oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So use that to help you, but obviously do your homework on your own. Okay, so that'll be the same pretty much every day. Over here is your agenda. So today's agenda, you have an introduction to class that you have to watch. You're doing that right now. Congratulations. Okay, and then also you're going to have to watch a Pythagorean theorem video, but only if you are at home today. Okay, today's is going to be a little bit weird because there's an activity I want you to do in class in person if you're going to be in person. So we're going to do that either the first day or the second day, whenever you're first present in class. So it's a weird little rotation thing. Okay, so you're going to complete the attendance form. That's your first task. You're going to read through the class policies. Okay, and I will show you where that is. Well, let's look at it now. So you can click on that, follow the link. This takes you to your intro letter, if you will. I am not going to read this to you because I have faith in your ability to read, but just some highlights. There's that extra help that also needs to be updated to say Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oops. This retakes in this class. So there are no retakes. However, once per quarter, you're going to be allowed to complete, I called them quiz corrections for want of a better word. They're not quite quiz corrections, but we will go over that more when you take your first quiz. But essentially, if you complete these corrections, if you will, and then you turn them in before the test, your test grade replaces your quiz grade. So if you take a quiz, you just have a bad day, you didn't learn the material quick enough, whatever, you get a 20 on the quiz. You do these corrections on that, turn that into me before you take the test, and then your test grade will replace that 20. So if you get a 90 on the test, then the 20 goes away and you have a 90 for both the quiz and the test. Okay, so that's once per quarter on the quiz of your choice. Right? And we'll go over that more once you hit your first quiz. Electronic devices, everything needs to be away. If there's an exception and I want you to be able to use an electronic device, I will tell you, but otherwise they need to be away. Including any earbuds, okay? Your earbuds cannot be in during class. I don't even want to see them, okay? So none of that dangling over your ear thing. You got to just put them away totally. Homework, I'm going to give you homework pretty much nightly, and I do expect it to be finished before the next time your class meets. So if your class meets on Monday, then I would expect to have it completed by Wednesday. So that's when it's due. However, I recognize that a lot of you guys have jobs and that you have other things going on in other classes. So I will let you turn in any assignments that are missing. You can turn them in late until the day of the quiz or test that follows that assignment. And there is no penalty for turning it in late. So you would still get full credit up until the quiz or test, whichever comes first after that homework is assigned. Okay, once you pass that quiz or test, then the assignment's dead. You can't turn it in. Okay, so there's never like a late credit on homework assignments. I don't take credit off for a late penalty, but you have to turn it in before the quiz or test following it. Okay, make sure that your work is neat. That's no big deal. Competencies, I'll let you read through this if you want to see what different topics we're going to cover this year. That's the topic list right there. Academic dishonesty, you can read about that on your own. My email address is down here if you ever need to reference it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So take a minute, read through the rest of that class policies and just make sure you're okay with it. This one, you're going to learn how to use your phone to make PDF files. Okay, so this is going to take you to basically an instruction sheet. Every assignment that you're going to turn in on Google Classroom needs to be a PDF. Even if it's just one page, it needs to be a PDF file. Okay, it just makes everything much easier on my end. So the easiest way to do that is actually using the Google Drive app, which you should probably already have on your phone. It comes installed on most phones. Okay, so here's directions right here. You open the app, click this add button, use this little photo thing. You can scan. You basically take a picture of whatever the page is, and then you can, sometimes the way that it grabs the picture is a little weird. I found when I was taking some test ones, like it just sort of like weirdly crops it automatically. So you can use the little crop button to adjust the window after you take the picture to make sure you can see the whole thing. You can retake a picture, and then you can push the plus button to add another page. So it'll be one PDF file with multiple pages on it, okay? And when you're done with that, you click done. It's going to automatically save it to your Google Drive. So that should make it easy for you to upload to Classroom. Okay. So that's really handy. And then these are just directions for how you can get like a shortcut on your home screen, like a little widget. That was also pretty easy to do. If you have questions about that, definitely talk to me and I'll help you figure it out. Okay. And then down here on the second page, this is just for iPhones and iPads. But I guess in the Note app on the iPhone and iPad, there is a built-in function to do this. So you can use that also. And there's directions here that'll walk you through it. Again, I think it's pretty simple. I don't have an iPhone, so I couldn't try this one out. But it should be pretty easy for you to do. Okay, so you're going to want to try that out. Make sure that you know how to do it. Okay, now if you are at home, but you sometimes come to school, then you are going to complete this worksheet. Okay, so if you are at home and you sometimes come to school, then Pythagorean theorem, and then you're going to complete this worksheet, turn it into a PDF, and upload it onto Google Classroom. If you are a fully remote student, then I didn't link it yet, but there's going to be an activity here if you are fully remote to do. Okay, so most of the time, the fully remote people are going to do the same thing as the at-home people. Okay, but just on this first day or two, it's going to be a little bit weird. Okay, so if you're a full remote student, you're going to do this other activity that I'll link instead. If you're just home today and you'll be in school on Thursday or Friday, then do the Pythagorean theorem video and then complete that worksheet. Okay, now you'll find that worksheet. If you come here, classwork tab, okay, unit 1, basic trig, anything that starts with a 0 is going to be just kind of basic information. It's your note packets and the completed worksheets and things like that. And again, apparently I haven't added this file yet, but you'll see here there'll be a file that says 1, and then it'll say the Pythagorean theorem on it, okay? And that's the worksheet that you need to do. So where it tells you on here that you're completing worksheet 1.1, that second one after the decimal point, that's the number that you're looking for here. Okay, so you'll do that, complete it, upload your file as a PDF. Okay, and then again, anytime that you come on here, you're always going to find your new agenda. It'll be here. It'll be the third slide. You'll have the title slide, then your calendar, and then your agenda for the day. Okay, if you have any questions about any of this, please shoot me an email and we will figure it out. I'm really happy to have you guys in class, and I hope it's going to be an awesome year.